My name is Honorable Peter Azubuike. I'm the current stakeholders chairman of Labour Party and Abia Rising Moving. Me, the issue of or whether it's Big Ben or I don't, that's not my own issue. Like I keep saying, if their Big Ben wants to run for governorship, what is holding him? He should declare. We are Indians, we are here waiting for him to declare. So anybody can stand on any mandate in other states. Our own mandate is of elections. And I can tell you, over 95% of others are even willing, that they can't even wait for Dr. Alex to get elected. That means this noise about coming to Obiwa and all of those things. Obiwa has, the Obiwa of yesterday is not the Obiwa of today. Nobody comes to threaten us with certain conditions. Obiwa have had like 3 deputy governors. We've had a governor for 8 years. We've had a senator for 20 years. What are you going to bring you in Obiwa? How would somebody in his right senses even expect that Obiwa will just come to Dubai overnight simply because Dr. Alex came in barely 3 years ago? Who met all the needs from different sectors? That was not absolutely nothing was working. So if Ben is given opportunity, is that how he's going to run? I overheard of the issue of comparing Dr. Alex's budget and immediate past. For crying out loud, OKZ has actually moved on. Eventually, OKZ, look, at this point, nobody's talking about OKZ is not the issue here. The governor has actually set a precedent that is very difficult for anybody to catch up with. Arguably the best governor in Nigeria. But it's not just Abia and stuff. Go outside and I travel. I grew up in Kaduna. I have a lot of northern friends and governors. We speak outside together and I hear the kind of things they talk about the state. So how would somebody come and then begin to? So there are things you don't make politics with. The same time, the past administration for 8 years, before His Excellency Dr. Nelson Chieftain, the same time, the same 8 years we had in Agassi was the same 8 years David Umahi had in the Ebonyi State. Go and check. David Umahi, from day 1 to the last day of these 8 years, other state budgets, and other state allocation and IGR were at every point higher than that of the Ebonyi State. So what happened? The same person in the Ebonyi State was able to build about 12 flyovers, built a massive conference center, built a university, built an airport, built a lot of this. And so how do you compare that? Everybody has done well at his own pace and capacity. But for crying out loud, at this point, Abians are the ones talking. And anybody who wants to run for governor has the right. I don't even know why they are delayed. Let them declare. Let all of us go and meet on the field. My major concern there is that the era of deceit has actually gone. And I can tell you from the standpoint of Obingwa, as of today, days are gone when you come to. We know the number of boys we lost, who lost, left their families behind, while trying to defend a lot of deceit in the name of politics. So what is somebody coming to tell us today? I'm not saying Dr. Alex because he's a governor. That's not the issue. This is a prayer answer to Abians. And any right-thinking Abian notes that this is an opportunity that we need to guard jealously. And his re-election is more important to Abians than himself. And he also needs to understand that. He can't even say he can't go for another tenor. He can't even try it. If he does that, Abians will go to this. I'll pull him out from there to come around for governorship. This is something we waited for 24 years. We were doing gambling. Today we have actually seen a clear direction and a clear political party. I would even advise people like their Big Ben to go and study how people like Dr. Alex became successful outside politics. And so the other time I heard they said he will use brew to sweep money from Signature Bank into where? Into their own Ghana must go. Where does he want to sweep it? Let's assume there's even money there. You see, this is the politics of Kalu, politics of deceit. You check very clearly. This is a man who was actually, even before he became governor, he bettered Signature Bank. You should go and study the pace at which his businesses grow. He's not just into banking sector, the financial world. He's also into oil. I have that information. We go to look at people's records before we even know who to support. Enough of this, somebody will just come from nowhere and you think, go and check in the hospitality business. Go and check how well he's doing. He's not a man who just came from the blues. He's a made person before even thinking about, so his prayer answered for we Abians, and people need to know their boundaries. And the truth, anybody has right to stand on any mandate. We're not conflicting mandates here. The only mandate that we cannot joke with is the mandate of Dr. Alex Otti in Abia State. And that is a very clear message that the people need to know. Go to diaspora, those Abians in diaspora, today they can beat their chest and say we are from Abia. And so would any other person who is from Abia or any other part of Nigeria. Is there any APC state today that is doing better than Abia? So on what ground would somebody come to say that Abia has to be APC? We're not against APC, we're not against anybody, we're not against any party. Every party has right to, but allow certain boundaries and respect certain boundaries. And that is where we are. Anyway, the clear message is that in 2027, the election is between Abians and any person in opposition, if there is any. And that is where I come. Thank you.